Hello and welcome to Rickster's Realm. I'm Ricky, and today's video is going to be all about what are people realizing about you. I will have the timing figured out in the description box. Please choose whichever group you are most drawn to. I'm going to get started with group number 1. If you chose the first part, welcome to the reading. Let's get into this. Group number 1, what are people realizing about you? Let's see here. What are people realizing about you? Okay, let's see here. Group number 1. What are people realizing about you? Okay. People are realizing that, how to explain this? There's something very intense about your energy. There's a very intimidating type of energy or quality coming through here. And your energy feels very intense and passionate. It's a feeling that like people are realizing that you'll go about things in a way that truly resonates with you, even if it seems completely insane to other people. People are realizing that, okay, this is interesting. People are realizing that, okay, how to explain this? There is this very intimidating energy that you have about you, but yet there's something that's very warm and friendly about you as well. For some of you, I wonder if people are realizing that, I think maybe just in the beginning stages, they may feel very intimidated, but once they get to know you, they realize that you're just a very kind, friendly person, and that they don't have to feel intimidated. Something like that is what I'm getting. Yeah, people are realizing that you will very much just go about things in a way that feels right for you. Again, even if it doesn't make sense to other people. What else am I getting here? What are people realizing about you? You let your heart guide you. Something like that is what I'm getting. Yeah, some people may be finding it difficult to understand you. Something like that. Let me see. I feel like you go about things in a different way than most people. What are people realizing about you? Group number 1. Okay. What people are realizing about you? Okay. How do I explain this? Okay. For some of you, this next message is coming through a little bit more in a specific way. But for some of you, what people are realizing about you is that there's a feeling here of you feeling trapped and restricted within your circumstances, but that may be linked and connected to you doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. Like people, what else am I getting here? Okay, this is weird though. So again, for some of you, it's what I just said. For others of you, there is a message coming through here that there may be something about your energy that you help release other people from whatever has them feeling trapped and restricted. There's a feeling here that you're able to see things from a higher perspective and that you bring clarity to a situation, is what I'm getting. And what else is coming through here? What are people realizing about you, group number 1? There's something very attractive about you, but it's natural, is what I'm getting. And there's something about you, or whatever it is that you do, you make it look effortless. And you look really good while you're doing it. Something like that is what I'm getting. But there's a very natural, authentic type of energy coming through here. And that, yeah, there's something about you that's extremely attractive. But again, it's natural. It's not that there's a whole bunch of fuss linked and connected to it. It's just a feeling. It's just who you are. And that Yeah, people are really attracted to you is what I'm getting. See what else we get here. What are people realizing about you? Yeah, people are realizing that you have this very passionate side to you. And that, how do I explain this? What are people realizing about you? I feel that people are realizing that you will do what you feel compelled to do. And that there's something else. What is the message here? Group number 1, what are people realizing about you? It's something, I feel like people just want more of you. There's something that you bring to the table. There's something that you bring to connections that I feel like people can't get enough of you. They just want more of you. Something like that is what I'm getting. There's something very magnetic about you. What are people realizing about you? You have a very powerful energy about you. There's something about you that really stands out. It's a feeling like if you walk into the room, everyone's going to turn and look at you. Something like that is what I'm getting. There's something about your energy. It stands out. It's very noticeable. What are people realizing about you? Okay. So it's pretty much what I just said. There is something here that people, they want more of you. They can't get enough of you. I feel like people are just waiting for the next interaction with you. Something like that is what I'm getting. How do I word this? You're very intriguing. Yeah, I feel like people, like, they want to know what you're going to do next. Something like that is what I'm getting. What are people realizing about you? For some of you, you may be the type of person to where you're always involved in something, or there's always something, then you're on to the next thing. Like, there's this very ambitious type of energy that you have about you. Yeah, I feel like you have all this energy about you. Let's see what else we get. What are people realizing about you? What am I getting with this card? What are people realizing about you? Okay, for some of you, people are realizing that you choose your battles wisely. I feel like there's some type of conflict here. I don't know exactly what that's linked and connected to. What are people realizing about you? Okay. Yeah, so it is linked into that other message, that you choose your battles wisely. I feel that people are realizing, how do I word this? That people, I don't know if people just try to compete with you or like pick fights with you or something like that. Like, there's a feeling here of conflict, but I feel that it's unnecessary. And I feel that people are realizing that you may be a bit more selective of who you give your time and energy to. And again, you will choose your battles wisely. That you don't want to engage with like a petty type of energy. Something like that is what I'm getting. Let's see what else we get here. I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get. What are people realizing about you? Group number 1. Yeah, people are realizing that there is something about how you're wired. Again, your energy, it's very intense, it's powerful. In some ways it feels or comes across in a very excessive way. But yet I feel that there is something about you that you know how to balance that energy out, though, is what I'm getting. It's a feeling that you're so much, but it's not too much, though. Again, it's a feeling people just want more of you, but that you know how to balance the energy out in a way that nothing's done in an excessive way that's off-putting to other people. Something like that is what I'm getting. People are realizing, and again, I am taking this back to that other message of you choosing your battles wisely. I think people are realizing that maybe what you used to tolerate, you're not going to tolerate that anymore. That your focus is more on creating like harmony and balance and moderation within things, and that things aren't going too far to any extreme. Something like that is what I'm getting. But yeah, overall, the messages here are really good. Like, you have an excellent balance about your energy. And again, there is a very intimidating type of energy or quality that you have about you, but you very much balance it out with this kind of warm, friendly side that you have to you as well. And that people are realizing that, and they are extremely attracted to you, is what I'm getting. So those are the messages coming through for group number 1. I hope you enjoyed that section of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to go on to group number 2. Okay, group number 2, welcome to the reading. Let's get into this. What are people realizing about you? Group number 2. Let's see here. What are people realizing about you? Okay, let's see here. Group number 2. What are people realizing about you? The messages I'm getting with these cards here, what people are realizing about you, group number 2, I feel for the majority of you, people have been underestimating you, is what I'm getting. For some of you, this is coming through in quite a significant way. That for some people that you're linked and connected to, I think they're quite surprised. I don't know if you said or did something that very much caught them off guard, but there is something here that, again, people are realizing they did not read you right, and they very much were underestimating what you're capable of. Something like that is what I'm getting. For some of you, I wonder if you've been struggling with something and that people thought you would remain within that energy, but now they're seeing, again, that they were underestimating you, and that there may be a major transformation or something like that that's come about. People are realizing you're a lot more intelligent than they thought you were or were giving you credit for, something like that. There's something coming through here, like people are realizing that they're a fool to underestimate you. Something like that is what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes through. What are people realizing about you? Let's see here. Group number 2. Yep. Okay, people are realizing that you'll follow your intuition, that you will let that guide you, and that you will walk away from people in situations that are creating an imbalance to go after something that you feel is going to offer more meaning and fulfillment, and emotional satisfaction and contentment within your world. For some of you, I wonder if you did end up making a major change in your life or went down a completely different path or road that people weren't expecting, and that they're very surprised, basically, in how things have played out for you. What are people realizing about you? Yeah, for some of you, people are realizing that you do have this side to you where you don't always play it safe, right? That you will go off in a different direction or throw yourself into new experiences or something like that. But again, there's something about it that's catching people off guard. What are people realizing about you? Okay. I'm wondering if you did walk away from someone or something that people never thought that you would. But again, I feel that that there's a deeper issue going on here, that, again, I feel like there was some type of emotional imbalance or something like that, to where it was worth it for you to walk away from whatever this other energy is in search of something that you feel is going to bring more peace and harmony into your world. Something like that is what I'm getting. Yeah, I do. I feel for some of you, you've kind of went off in a different direction or something like that. And people didn't expect it. Let's see what else we get here. What are people realizing about you? Okay. People are realizing that, how do I word this? Yeah, that you can handle more, that you're more capable than what they thought you were, or something like that. That you can juggle a lot, you can handle a lot. Something along those lines. What are people realizing about you? Okay, this is very specific, but for some of you, people are realizing that there's two things within your world that are very important to you, that you're trying to kind of juggle or balance out in some type of way, but that it's creating an emotional imbalance, right? So I don't know if there's a difficult decision that you need to make, or if you've already done that, right? And you've went off in a different direction, and that caught people off guard. Yeah, for some of you, that is coming through a little bit more strongly, that I think people are realizing that you're trying to balance the energy out within your world. That things aren't so up and down emotionally. What are people realizing about you? Okay, there is something coming through here where, again, I feel like you've been, like, what am I trying to say here? You keep doing the same thing, but you feel like you are met with some type of resistance. You feel like you keep failing with whatever it is that you're trying to do. But again, I feel for some of you that whoever you're linked and connected to, I think some people thought you would stay stuck within that energy, but I feel that you've been able to get out of that energy. And that's where people are underestimating you. Like, they didn't think that you'd be able to find a way out of this, or to be successful in whatever this energy is. Because it's a feeling of someone like trying to do something and they're failing, or they're met with some type of obstacle. So then they try again, and they feel like, again, they're met with some type of issue or problem, and they feel like they keep failing, but they keep trying and trying. People are realizing how determined you are, how resilient you are, how you don't give up when things get difficult, that you keep going. Something like that is what I'm getting. I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get. What are people realizing about you? Group number 2. What are people realizing about you? I'm going to clarify that. What are people realizing about you? Okay. Yes, people are realizing that you have got to the root issue of something, or that you're, currently going through that, trying to get to the heart of the matter. There's a feeling here of, trying to like fix whatever these issues are, or that, people are realizing that whatever you've been doing that hasn't been working, that you're going to change that, or that you're getting to the root issue of it, so that you can understand it on a deeper level, so that you can have a different result and outcome, to go about things in a different way, that you can have what it is that you desire. Something like that is what I'm getting. But again, whatever this is for you, it is just coming through in such a clear, strong way, that the way in which you've gone about things, it is catching people off guard. Like, they very much underestimated you and did not think that, again, you would get out of this difficult situation, or that you would go down a different path. But yeah, those are the messages that I'm getting for group number 2. I hope you enjoyed that section of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go on to group number 3. Okay, group number 3, welcome to the reading. Let's get into this. What are people realizing about you? Let's see here. Group number 3. What are people realizing about you? Okay. What are people realizing about you? Group number 3. Okay. People are realizing that you're really struggling with something. People are realizing, okay, the way this is coming through, group number 3, it feels like you've been exposed in some type of way. Like, I feel like something happened that now has you feeling embarrassed or humiliated, exposed in some type of way. And that I feel like there's a serious energy here, is what I'm getting. There seems to be a very traumatic type of energy coming through here, and that may be clouding the way that you're seeing things. What else am I getting here? What are people realizing about you? Okay, for some of you, people are realizing, this is coming through in a little bit more of a specific way. For some of you, people are realizing that you may be feeling a bit embarrassed based on where you've been putting your time and energy, like where you've been investing your time and energy, and then the result or outcome of that you're feeling embarrassed with how things have played out or being exposed within something. What are people realizing about you? There is something, though, that whatever these difficulties are, again, I feel like people are realizing that it's stemming from a deeper issue. Like that there's a good reason for why things are the way that they are. Something like that is what I'm getting. Let's see what else comes through. What are people realizing about you? What are people realizing about you? Group number 3. Okay. Yeah, people are realizing, people are realizing how resilient you are, because the way this is coming through, I think something really bad happened to you, or you're dealing with just a very traumatic situation or something like that, to where I feel most people would have pretty much completely given up at this point. They would have just lost all hope. But there's something here to where you persevere, you keep going. But again, I feel like something happened that really tore you down. What are people realizing about you? Okay, the message I'm getting, that people are realizing that, what am I trying to say here? That you can win even though the odds are against you. There's something here, like there's a very positive, like happy outcome to something, but it seems like the chances of that happening are real slim. But there's something coming through here to where I feel like that actually has happened for you, or that's in the cards for you, and that people are realizing that, I don't know, like it's a feeling like things are going to turn around for you, or that, I don't know, I feel like something really bad happened that you feel really set you back or tore you down or something like that. But there's still some positive energy, though, linked and connected to it, that there's still going to be a positive outcome. It's a feeling that when this is all said and done and all the energy settles, that there's a happy, positive outcome to something, is what I'm getting. Let me see what else we get here. What are people realizing about you? yeah, for some of you that you've overcame a very difficult situation, or that people are realizing that you would be able to overcome something very difficult that you've been going through. What are people realizing about you? Okay. People are realizing that you have a wall up, or that you have boundaries in place to protect yourself, to protect what you have been putting your time and energy into, what you've been investing in. Because yeah, for some of you, you may already be aware of this energy as far as like this positive outcome that you're wanting, but that you know that the chances of it happening are slim. So you have to be very careful in your approach and how you go about things to ensure that outcome. And so for some of you, people are realizing that you have boundaries in place, again, to protect your energy, whatever it is that you've been investing in, so that things don't get ruined or things don't go too far off track. Something like that is what I'm getting. Yeah, for some of you, people are realizing that you've maybe been isolating yourself, again, due to a traumatic experience, unresolved issues, something like that. Or again, that something happened that, again, you're feeling very embarrassed or humiliated in some type of way. So you've kind of retreated, something like that. What are people realizing about you? Group number 3. Yeah, people are realizing that even though something very difficult has happened, or, you've been going through a very difficult, challenging time, that you will still, how do I word this? There's something witty about you, though. You have this other side to you, to where you still, I don't know, yeah, have this wit about you, is what I'm getting. And to try to bring that type of energy into the situation. What are people realizing about you? Yeah, there's something going on here, group number 3. People are realizing that for some of you, it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world. That there's this very heavy burden that you're carrying. And that, yeah, there's something that's really troubling you or weighing very heavy on you, is what I'm getting. But again, I feel people are impressed with how you're handling this nightmare situation, to how this is coming through in the reading. I feel a lot of people are realizing how resilient you are, because I think a lot of people, if they were dealt the same hand that you've been dealt, I don't know if they would be able to handle it as well as what you have, is how this is coming through. I feel that people are impressed with how you've been handling this very difficult situation that you're going through. I'm going to pull one more card for this section. Let's see what else we get. What are people realizing? Okay. People are realizing that, yes, for some of you, that you have these boundaries in place because you're trying to go about things in a different way within your world. For some of you, I feel like you're going about things in a way to create a new beginning, to have a clean slate, to be able to just kind of start over and to rebuild, or that you're trying to look at things from a completely different angle and perspective and then move forward from that place, is what I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like people are realizing that you're very selective of who and what you're going to allow into your world. And again, that you're very protective of your energy and what it is that you're trying to build within your world, is what I'm getting. So those are the messages coming through for group number 3. I hope you enjoyed that section of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And that's it. I'm going to go away now.